All right. Hey, YouTube family. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're doing all right. So I'm back with a live video. It's been a while since I've actually done a sit down live video, like a long time. A very long time. Let me take this nail polish off my nails. Just chipping. But I'm here live this morning because I actually have time with everything going on in the world right now. I actually have time to sit down and go live. These past more than a few weeks have been very difficult for me. As you guys, most of you already know, that I wasn't even uploading on a consistent basis because my kids were sick and I was sick and we were sick back to back. And after reading all the stuff about the coronavirus and everything like that, I honestly think me and three of my children, literally, I believe that we had it. It started back in November, the end of November. Yeah, back in the end of November, I think, or maybe the first part of December, because we went to Oklahoma for Thanksgiving and we were good. And then we got back home, I would say probably sometime in December. Because remember, it was first part of December. Because remember, I was trying to do Vlogmas and I was on a roll, but then it just came to a halt. I wasn't able to keep up with Vlogmas, and that's because Donovan got sick. Donovan was sick. He had a really bad cough. He was having really high fever. He tested negative for strep throat. He tested negative for the flu. They said, just ride it out. It's an upper respiratory infection. So he was taking a albuterol with his breathing. But as time went on, it's like he's not getting better. And why is he having such a high fever for upper respiratory infection? I'm like, whatever. So he got better, what seemed like he got better. And so, we carried on with our life. And then not even like 2 weeks later, a week and a half later, he's sick again. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I remember telling my mom, like, I don't know what's going on at this daycare or what's going on at their school, but they're not clean because he's constantly getting sick. I can't keep taking off of work. I'm just stressed out. Again, they're saying it's just upper respiratory, it's allergies, it's this time of season, what. Okay. So next thing I know, it's he goes back and forth with this, and then next thing I know, January was all right, but then here comes February. And February, the whole month of February, like I missed every Monday of work. Every single Monday plus days of work. Like my income for February was not good at all. Good thing I had some money saved. Like it was shot. So first, Vivi had a infection in her eye that has nothing to do with the coronavirus or anything like that. She had an infection in her eye, so I missed the Monday after Super Bowl. And then that following Monday, it was Donovan again. Donovan was sick again. I'm like, boy, what is you doing? You're not washing your hands properly. Like, let me teach you how to wash your hands. You need a da 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 da. So I'm home with him. He's got this, when I say a bad cough, this cough, like when he coughed, it make my chest hurt. It was so bad. And he's so little and fragile. He lost weight, still having a high fever. I was giving him ibuprofen, going back and forth between ibuprofen and Tylenol. And so eventually he goes, after being out of school for like a week between me staying at home with him, his dad staying home with him, he goes back to school. And then on the Friday of Valentine's Day, I get a call from the nurse. Yeah, if y'all go back, I think I vlogged it. It's on one of the vlogs where I was in Walmart on Valentine's Day looking for cough medicine because she was saying, he doesn't have a fever, so I'm not going to send him home, but he's coughing. It's she didn't say disruptive, but uncontrollable. He's having an uncontrollable cough, blah, 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 blah. So if you can bring him some cough medicine to help, suppress the cough, that would be helpful, blah, blah, blah. So I leave work, go all the way. Now, mind you, I live about 30 minutes away from where I work. So I go get him the cough medicine. I take it to the school, whatever. Then life goes on. So then here we go. The Monday after Valentine's Day, I get a call. I got to go pick Kingston up from school because he got a really high fever. It was 102.6. Then by the time I got him to his doctor's office, it was 103. And I'm like, oh my God, that's like high. So I'm like, damn, he for sure probably got strep throat or the flu or something. Nope, negative. And so I'm like, all right. Like what virus or whatever do you have that you have such a high fever that you just got to work it out your body? And he had a really bad cough too. Bad cough. Now, Kingston only missed that Monday of school when they called, and he missed Tuesday, and he went back Wednesday, and he was fine. Like between he was taking cough medicine, and he was doing cough medicine, and he was doing ibuprofen, Tylenol, and I know I'm not no doctor, but I was giving him breathing treatment, even though it wasn't prescribed to him, because I was trying to help with his cough. That's what they usually use on. I was giving him breathing treatment, so he's taking breathing treatment, so he was fine. He ended up going back to school, but he did have this really bad cough for over 2 weeks. Bad. It was really bad at night, like he couldn't breathe, So, but anyway, that Monday he got sent home. The next day, which was Tuesday, when he was home with me, I got a call. I got to go pick up Vivi because she's sick. She running a high fever. Take her in. Same thing. Now with Vivi, she didn't get better in like 2 or 3 days. Honey was out of school for 2 weeks. She missed 2 weeks of school. She went the Tuesday I picked her up from school. I took her to her primary care doctor. And they said, oh, she'll be all fine. It's just blah, blah, blah. Like basically nothing. So they said, no, I'm sorry. They said she had strep. So they gave her antibiotics for it, but she was taking the antibiotics. She was not getting better. She's still having a high fever. She was still sleepy. She just had very low energy. And so she stayed home with me. Then she stayed home with her dad. And so me and her dad was alternating. Well, here comes Thursday and they have basketball practice. And she thinks she's feeling better. Now her dad was watching her, I think that day. I don't know if I ever whatever one of us had her. Anyways, I was like, he had her, and I said she doesn't need to be practicing. She doesn't need to do practice or nothing like that. But of course, she's like, I feel better, so she tried doing basketball. Baby, she was out there for like 5 minutes and she was done sitting on the sideline. She said she couldn't breathe. She was having difficult breathing and all this stuff. So when we left practice, she had gotten in the car with him. And he took her to care now because she was like, Lyra, I can't breathe that. I can't catch my breath. It seemed like almost like she was having an asthma attack and she don't have asthma. So he took her to care now. And then they said, oh, well, she doesn't have the flu. She doesn't have strep. Maybe it's tonsillitis because her throat was real red and irritated because she had been coughing. So they give her an antibiotic. It's not working. Time's going on. It's not working. She's still not feeling well, and I feel horrible. Like thinking about it made me want to cry. So that was a Thursday when they said she had tonsillitis. She stayed home with her dad that Friday. Then we had Saturday and Sunday. She was home, and then Monday I forced her to go to school. And y'all will see it's in a vlog. I think it's like the most recent vlog that I put up when I woke up in the morning and I went in there and I said, wake up, y'all. And I told y'all that she was just like knocked out. So I forced her to go to school because she didn't have a fever. And I was just like, I can't miss any more days of work. I'm like, my hands are tied. Her dad was like, he can't miss any more days of work. But she clearly was not feeling well enough to go to school, but she didn't have a fever. So I forced her to school. But when I picked her up from daycare, y'all, and she was dragging, but I was like, oh, she's probably really tired because she, going back to school after being out of school for so long, whatever. So I was like, my plan was, let's go. I needed to go get tires for my car because I had got my income tax return. I was like, I'm gonna get some tires for my car because we were planning to go to Oklahoma for spring break. So I was like, I need to get new tires on my car. And then so that following Saturday, I could take it to get the oil change and inspection sticker. So while we go to get my tires done, as you can see in the vlog, and I'm gonna post these reference videos when this video is over. So if you're watching the replay, you can catch the videos that I'm referencing to. So we walk over to Applebee's when we're dropping the car off to get the tires. While we there, honey, she didn't eat none of her food, and she was like, "Mom, I'm tired. I don't feel good." So we go back, we eat our food, we go back to this, walk back to discount tire. They're not done with my car yet. So while we sitting there, she just fall asleep. So I'm like feeling on her. She is burning up. And I don't have a thermometer with me. They're still working on my car. So I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? So as soon as they're done with my car, I take them home. I check her temperature. Her temperature was 103 point something. And she was burning up. And I was like, okay, take off your clothes. I was putting wet rags on her. I had her lay in my bed. So she was laying in my bed, and then she started saying, "Mom, I can't breathe. I can't breathe." And I'm like, "What the hell is wrong with this girl? What's wrong?" I was so frustrated. So not with her. So I called her down. I'm like, "Listen, Vivi need to go to the emergency room because she can't breathe. Like this, they're giving her these antibiotics. They're not working. They had gave her antibiotics. They had given her 2 rounds of steroids, and that was it." So he took her to the emergency room. She got to the emergency room, and they were like, okay. So she got admitted. They kept her until wee hours in the morning. They had her doing the breathe like oxygen because her oxygen levels were very low. She was having a hard time breathing. And so they ended up giving her and then they did the x-rays and said she had pneumonia. And I'm like, how did at this time, and this is before all this coronavirus stuff was out, or before I knew about it, because y'all, I don't watch the news. I'll be honest, I don't watch the news like that. So I was like, how's she getting pneumonia? Like, how did she get pneumonia? And she been on 2 different antibiotics and a steroid. Like, how did this whatever supposedly strep throat and tonsillitis turn into pneumonia? That makes no sense to me. But she had pneumonia. So they gave her an inhaler that she had to take every 4 hours. Then she had some kind of antibiotic, and I'm trying to think if they gave her a steroid. No, they didn't give her a steroid because she had already had steroids. So they gave her the antibiotic, and she had the inhaler. And it took her about 7 days after that to feel better, and she still had to cough after that. It took a while. And I'm sitting here thinking, I think she missed more than 2 weeks of school. I think it was more like total 3 weeks. I had to go back and look. She missed a lot of days. I got all the doctor's notes and stuff that I had to submit to the school, which I never got to submit to the school because by the time she was back to school that week, the next week was their spring break, which was last week, and we were supposed to go to Oklahoma, but we didn't get to go. So, yeah. And then end with Vivi. So after Vivi got sick, y'all, I swear to God, y'all, she was sick, and that was he took her to the emergency room on a Thursday night. No, not a Thursday night. Thursday night she went to care now. He took her to emergency room on a Monday night, and then Wednesday. Yeah, by Wednesday, Donovan was sick, y'all. Donovan was sick. He woke up with a fever, so I was already home with her because she was sick. So I was already home with her. Kingston was at school, so I didn't send Donovan to school because he had a fever, and I was already at home. So I sent Kingston to school. And then Donovan threw up, and he was burning up. One of my friends that live over here in the apartments where I live at, we work together. We used to work together. She was over here, and he was having coffee and just talking and catching up. And then Donovan come out the room burning up and throwing up everywhere. And I'm like, okay, let me call the primary doctor. So I take him to the doctor. She was like, oh, it's a stomach flu. They never tested him for flu. They didn't test him for strep. Though she just said he has stomach bug or whatever. And I'm like, okay, but he never pooped or nothing like that. He just threw up and he had a high fever. So they didn't prescribe him nothing. So I'm like, all right, so bring him back home. So that was that was Wednesday. I believe that was a Wednesday. Yeah, that was a Wednesday. So then we bring him back home or whatever. Then the next day he stays home. His dad keeps them or whatever with him. And then I go to work Thursday and then I'm feeling like crap. And I'm like, what's wrong with me? So then a couple of days later, so I think that was on Wednesday. It was either a Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not for sure, y'all. My days are mixed up. All I know is that I took him because he was throwing up. They said it was stomach bug. Came back home. He stayed home with me. Then a few days later, he wasn't getting any better. So when he was at his dad's house, because his dad was like going back and forth of he keep him a day, I keep him a day. We were just, going outside. I wouldn't miss so many days of work, going back and forth. He ended up taking him to the emergency room because he wasn't getting any better. And they tested him for the flu, and he had the flu. They say he had the flu. He had a nasty cough, same thing. And maybe when they say he had the flu, maybe he legit did have the flu. But I do believe the weeks before, I think he may have had the coronavirus. And I think like a domino effect, it hit everybody in the house, including me. And I was the last one with it. Yep. I still have a slight cough. But it's taken me, I think I'm on my third week of a cough. The first 2 days I had super, super high fever. I just like, I got the flu. I just diagnosed myself. I think I got the flu, because Donovan had the flu. I probably got the flu. So I'm just going to, dose up on my orange juice and my Gatorade and just get my fluids up. I was going back and forth between ibuprofen and Tylenol, and because the only thing they don't have a medicine to cure you from when you get the flu. You could get Tamiflu, which is supposed to shorten the days that you have it, but honestly, I strongly feel like I have a strong immune system. I don't like to take a lot of medicine if I don't have to. So, I'm one of the ones that I'll go get me fresh ginger root and I'll put it in my tea and just do different like home remedies, made me a hot toddy. I slept all day on Saturday. When I went to get my oil changed and my inspection sticker, I was in the dealership like out. I never fall asleep in public like that, but whatever. But I'm better now. We're all better now. We recovered. But that's just my belief. But I'm not 100% certain because we never got tested or anything like that. But after reading all the articles of the symptoms, I was like, yeah, we had every single symptom, especially Vivi. She actually got diagnosed with pneumonia and she definitely was having trouble breathing. And so was Donovan in Kingston. I never felt like I had trouble breathing, but I would get winded easily. So that's the update on that. So now, fast forward to now, I'm at home and it's 9:59 and normally I would be at work by now. So last week, I was so scheduled to be off for the whole week because it was my kid's spring break and we were going to go to Oklahoma and spend time with my mom. But that didn't happen because of everything going on. I didn't want to, I had my mom taking care of my grandfather. So she's in the house where he's at. And I didn't want to bring me and my kids germs, especially after I kind of felt like realizing that we may have had it. I didn't want to take it to him. If it was somehow still lingering around on our bodies, I didn't want to take it to him. So we didn't go. Plus, Oklahoma was having big outbreaks. And then in case that wasn't the case that we did have it, I didn't want to catch it. It's just so much uncertainty. So we didn't go. So I stayed home with the kids and I told my director, I was like, hey, I'm going to come back to work Thursday because we're not doing anything. So I went back to work Thursday, working my regular shift. Then the owner came to me and asked me if I would switch not switch, but that's what it ended up being. But she asked me if I would work 10:30 to 6:30, because my director actually went to the doctor. Now, I hadn't seen my director since the previous Friday, but I had told her that I was going to come back, and she said, okay. But when I got back Thursday, she wasn't there. So she had a doctor's appointment, and her doctor recommended that she don't come back until all this stuff is over. So my owner asked me, the owner of the daycare where I work, asked me if I would work 10:30, 6:30. I'm like, cool. I'm thinking I'm going to be helping the other manager that works 10:30, 6:30, because the director's not going to be there, because the director normally works 10:30, 6:30. So I was thinking I was going to be an aide to the person that I already closed, because I never close, so I don't know what I'm doing for closing. So I'm like, yeah, cool. Come to find out, I realized the next day, no, I'm not coming to be an aide to the person that already closed. She done switched our schedule. She switched us. She got her opening, not opening, but have her coming in at 8 and got me closing. And I was like, okay, like I don't get it, but okay. So fine. So Friday I worked 10:30, 6:30. Fast forward to yesterday evening or afternoon, I get a text message, and she's asking me to actually change my schedule. She says, I'm sorry to do this, but I'm going to have to cut hours everywhere. Starting tomorrow, I would like you to work 12:30, 6:30. This is all temporary, of course, and I hope it resolves quickly. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication. We are lucky to have you. So I don't go to work until 10:30. I don't go to work until 12:30 today. So I'm working 12:30, 6:30 until further notice, and my hours could get cut more. I don't know, but that's what's going on with me. So that's why I'm here talking to y'all. I said, well, let me go talk to my YouTube family. Let's go chit chat. So how y'all doing? That's what's going on with me. Yeah. Y'all, it's crazy out here, honeys. It's crazy. I think I low-key been stressing. I done popped up with a pimple. I'm trying not to stress, but it's kind of hard not to stress when, like, I'm generally I'm not I'm a planner, but I ain't a planner. Like if my schedule get like kind of off, I ain't tripping too much. But y'all, people out here acting crazy over water, toilet paper. You can't find stuff in the store. It's just like, I'm just whatever. So I take this opportunity to get on here and talk to y'all tomorrow. I'll probably just go live for the rest of the week. So y'all, I ordered, I went to the post office while I was out. So HipDop, have y'all heard of HipDop? I never heard of it, but when I was on Facebook, it kept coming up in my feed, and they got me. So the Facebook advertising, it works because they got me. I was like, oh my God, I gotta have this. If I can get it open. So they sent me some little stickers. Oh, look, they sent some stickers. It says Hip Dot and a little champagne bottle. Thank you, Pam. You're right. At least I'm still working, and my hours were cut, but it's like I went from 8 to 6. So overall, it's only going to be what? 30, 60, 60, 70, 80, 20 hours off my check. Anyway, I got this, y'all, SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob, y'all. I watch SpongeBob with my kids. Been watching SpongeBob since Braylon was a little bitty baby. He know every episode. Not too long ago, he was quizzing us about different stuff on SpongeBob. Now, I watch it, but I don't know it like that. But isn't the packaging like adorable? And I had to have it because these colors, I thought these colors were nice. Look at that. I cannot wait to play in this yellow and this pink. I can't wait to play in all the colors. So y'all know what that means. I mean, a makeup video gonna be coming up soon. Yes, golden pineapple looks good too. The golden pineapple, that's this one right here. Yes. So I don't know. Has anybody ever used any Hip Dot makeup? I never ever used it before. So of course, when I seen it, I came to YouTube because y'all know YouTube is the source. I came on YouTube, I searched it, and I seen other YouTubers on here. Like it must have came out about roughly about 7 months ago because every video I came across was from 7 months ago. And honey, these girls was beating their face to the gods with this SpongeBob bikini bottom eyeshadow palette. That yellow was very pigmented, at least on these girls. So I cannot wait to try it out. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, that's what's going on with me, y'all. I was so overwhelmed and stressed when my kids been sick and not really knowing what was going on with them. And like it's like a parent's worst fear to see your child, or worst fear, or it's just a bad feeling to see your kid sick, and they really don't have no answers for you, and it's just like you just watching them be sick and not feel well and not be themselves. It was difficult. um no, I have not tried BoxyCharm, but I was definitely thinking about doing it, and I think I will when everything like kind of for me and my household gets like back to normal. I probably will. I got financially, because like I said, in March, honey, not March, in February, them checks was not good. Like I think on one check, which is we get paid every 2 weeks. I only have 43 hours. Now 43 hours is better than no hours, but I'm used to having more like 76 hours or 70 hours, and I go to 43 hours. Y'all, it was not nice. Not nice at all. Not nice at all. So it is what it is, you know. But yeah, I have seen other YouTubers and other people that I know that do BoxyCharm, so I'm very interested in doing it. So I probably will. hmm I most certainly will. Oh my god, this coffee's so good, y'all. Oh, another thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take advantage of this time off. These hours been cut. I'm gonna get back to walking because your girl, when I tell y'all I done fell all the way off, I fell all the way off. Y'all know that yeah, I'm still working. I work in childcare. I work at a daycare center. I work in the management. I work in the office. And as of now, we're still open. Now, the reason why my hours were cut though was because with all this going on, numbers have been really low. We've had some parents that just went ahead and pulled their kids until further notice because they're not working. So if they're at home, they're thinking like, well, I ain't at home. No guarantees on how long I'm going to be working. So let me just go ahead and save that money and pull my kid out of daycare and they can stay home with me while I'm working from home. Or there's some people that's they at home, they're not even getting to work from home. They're just at home without pay, you know. But there are companies like I heard Victoria's Secret, Bath and Body Works, and there's others that they are closed or shut down, but they're still paying their employees. How long? Don't know. Are they getting full pay? Don't know, but they're still paying their employees. So yeah, but I'm gonna get back to working out and doing my walk. Cause y'all, when I say I fell all the way off, I fell all the way off. I think everything shifted for me back in the end of July. I know I went on my cruise in June and everything was all fun and games and I just enjoyed myself. And then here came the end of July and found out my grandmother was sick. She'd been diagnosed with cancer and um, you know, which is sad. And even though you know that at some point we all gonna pass away, our time will come. It's always sad when your loved one, somebody you're super close to, goes on to heaven. Um, the hardest part for me was, and don't get me wrong, I was very close to my granny. I loved her dearly. But y'all want to know the hardest part for me? The hardest part for me was watching my mom have to deal with knowing that she was about to lose her mom and watching her grieve and have to deal with it. Um, my mom's very private, and I'm like, I'm not trying to put her business out there. So sorry, mom, if you're watching this, but that was really hard for me. And my mom's she's dealt with a lot of loss of people that's super close to her, like my dad, her, my dad passed away 10 years ago, back in 2000. It's been more than 2 years now, hasn't it? I mean, 10 years. He passed away in 2009. So it's just been 10 years this past August. So, oh my gosh, I just realized that it happened in August. Dang. Wow. Anyway, but yeah. That was the hardest part for me, having to watch my mom see my mom be sad. I hate when my mom is sad. It makes me so sad. Like, I hate it. But anyway, but my point was, when all that stuff started happening back in the end of July, leading up to her passing away, I just dropped everything. For one, two, I was in the process of, my lease was up in my previous apartment, so I had to find a new apartment, and then um it's just, so much going on back to back. So I just started working out. I stopped eating healthy. Like, I have been eating healthy. I have been eating my salads and doing my baked chicken and doing my tilapia and my broccoli and just different stuff. But honey, that's one thing I have to learn how to do, was when things start going kind of south, I need to learn how to cope with it, and not cope with it with wanting to eat like French fries and juicy, greasy bacon burgers and drink root beer. I got to learn how to cope with whatever's going on. And I feel like once I learn how to cope, I'll be better off, because I wasn't coping. My coping, I was eating, I wasn't working out, I was, watching a lot of TV. I wasn't recording, y'all. Y'all know that. So my channel took a big hit. It has not grown anymore. Actually, I've lost quite a few subscribers. Now, some of the subscriber loss comes from YouTube did like some kind of sweep, and so they deactivated inactive users or whatever. So that had a lot to do with it. But I was not dedicated. I wasn't putting forth the effort. I was just kind of like, whatever. Then when I would try, I'd be like, okay, let me get back on my grind. Let me get back on my, my channel. I miss y'all or whatever. Then it'll be like something happened. You know what I mean? Like, so hopefully, I pray that things kind of come back to some sense of normality. If that's even how you say the word, back to normal. Whatever the normal is. Hopefully, this is not the new normal, but that's everything that's been going on with me. I'm not sure if I touch bases on everything. Hopefully I did. If I didn't, if you have any questions, please leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I will answer them the next time I go live, which will probably more than likely be tomorrow morning. I used to do this all the time before I started working full time. I used to go live like about about 3 to 4 times a week. I would go live and drink my coffee, and we just chit chat. So I'll probably be doing a lot of that, considering I'll be at home. Um, I'll be taking advantage of that time to go live, to record more content, to edit, and to work out. Because I'm still going to be getting up fairly early. Maybe not as early as I normally do, but I'm still going to get up at a decent time. My kids, they're actually still going to daycare. I would have took them to daycare right before I had to go to work, but the particular daycare that they go to, they don't have an open door policy. So it's like their rule: if the kids are not there by 9:30, they can't come unless they got a doctor's note. So I have to get them there by a certain time. And so I'll still be getting up to get them there on time, and then I'll still have time to myself because I don't have to be work till 12:30. Like right now it's 10:15. So I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna go for my walk. I'm gonna come back, take a shower, and then I'll like do some like a little cleaning up around the house. Probably more than likely record while I'm cleaning up this a little bit. So because I do have a cleaning video that's coming up, and I started on Saturday, But I think what I'm going to do is just kind of put different clips together over a couple of days of showing how sometimes like I don't get all my cleaning done in one day because I get distracted easily. And I know I'm not the only one. So I'm just going to kind of show you how my process of cleaning and different stuff like that to show you the real me. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here so I can go do my walk and finish. First, I need to finish my coffee and then I'm going to go do my walk. And yeah, so if you have any questions, then go ahead and leave them in the comment section down below. Maybe we could do a Q&A by the end of this week. And yeah. Also, if you don't have a question, then just go ahead and let me know how you're dealing with everything that's going on. What's going on with you? Like, are you working? Are you not working? How is it affecting you, or if it's affecting you at all? I would really like to know, and how you're dealing with it if it is. Or whatnot. So I will talk to you guys soon. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. Go ahead and hit the bell so you'll be notified anytime I do an upload, and share. Just because, sharing is caring. Like, comment, and subscribe. And like always, until next time, stay you, stay beautiful, and stay unique. Mwah. Bye, guys. I don't know why I did it backwards. Y'all be tripping. Love you.